Hey everybody, Just from Justo Show here with you behind the scenes, and I have a request to make this, what we're seeing on the screen, hips. Yep, today we're going to be making hips, or we're going to go through my process of how I create and animate my hips. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, a couple things. We're going to get this set up. We are going to create a bone group, call that hips, and then what we want to do is I'm going to delete that. Oh, I forgot I can't just hit delete. I'm going to delete that, and then we're going to create, you can either do vectors, switch, or frame by frame. Now I guess I'll do a switch for now. Yeah, I'll do a switch for now. Actually, you know what? I will keep it simple and just do vectors. So I'm going to create a vector. Let's call this one leg. Drop it in the bones. Let's create another vector. This one will be called hips. And then another one will be hip patch. And we will also have a leg patch. You know what? I want this hip patch to be a switch, and I'll get to why I want this to be a switch. So hip. Patch. Alright. Okay. Oh, I need to put something in there. I'm so used to doing frame by frame because I like to be able to draw things in the middle of when I'm animating instead of going back to frame 0. So this will be full. We'll drop this in there and half, and I'll explain when we get there too. So the first thing we're going to want to do is create our hips. Okay, I'm going to create our hips, and I'm just going to create just a simple something. Oh, not that. Create a simple something. I guess it'll be a, don't want to make a circle. We'll make it like a, if you hold shift, it'll be a perfect circle. If you hold shift and alt, it'll do the same thing, but it'll expand in the middle. And then if you just hold alt, then you can do that. So I'm just gonna hold alt and kind of make it like that. I don't want it to be a perfect circle, so more of an oval, I guess. So we have our hips. Now let's make a leg. Now I'm only gonna make just the leg on one layer. Normally I would do this in 2 parts. I want this to be the front leg, so normally it'll be this top or the thigh, and then the leg, and then the foot, but I'm just gonna put it all on one layer so I can show you really quick. Alright, so here's our shoe. I know, just simple shapes. There you go. You don't know how to draw? Just do some simple shapes. Another thing I'm gonna do now, earlier versions of Animate Studio don't have this feature, so just go ahead and click, add you some points if you're doing it this way. But I am just going to split this a couple times to give me some bending flexibilities when I go and add my bones. Okay. Now what I want to do is duplicate this layer, and I will move everything over. Kind of just line it up right here. The edge. I'm gonna do the same thing here too. I kind of just threw it down there. I want it to be at the bottom half So like you can see how there's a horizontal going. There's the half. I want it to be at the bottom half, because if you put it at the top half, then you'll see some that right there. Now I mean you can keep it that way, but I want mine to be down here at the bottom half, and I need to move this one down a little more. So about there. Up. There we go. Oh wait, it's not lined up. All right. Tad bit. See, yeah. So I think it's this leg needs to come down somewhere. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm gonna save this. Save often. Save early and save often. Okay. So now we have our legs. Leg 2. I might as well go ahead and name it like I normally do. So this is leg B for bottom, and then leg underscore F for front. Front, back. Not bottom, back. Front, back. Okay, now what we want to do is take our hip, go on our hip vector or layer, and copy it. And we're going to go to full and paste it. And what you want to do is take the stroke off and then select it and shrink it by holding Alt and Shift. So you see how if you can leave it like that, but the line will be, wait, is it Alt and Shift? Yeah, Alt and Shift. Wait. No, just Alt. Just Alt. Sorry. So if you leave it that way, the line will be a little thinner like that. But if you shrink it down, the line will remain the same. It'll be a little thick. But you know, it's a preference thing. I don't want mine to be thin, so that's why I shrink it down. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, copy it, and go to half and paste it. And now what you want to do is connect it straight up the middle to across the point that's parallel, and then you want to create another point. You know, I just remember that some of you might not have these handles. So if you turn the handles off, you don't have any handles. Here's what you should do. You should do the same thing. Click right here and just kind of move it. You want it to be a S. So when this leg rotates up here, the line will start to slowly show. And then you can just go and kind of curve it like that. Just pretend these handles aren't here if you don't have Moho, but since I have Moho, they're there. Alright. Next thing you want to do is cut. Let's see. I'm going to cut the top line. You can cut the bottom line, but it's going to mess up the line up here. I'm not sure if you can really see it. See how the line moved out of place when I cut both of those. So I just leave one there. It's fine. I mean, you're not going to be deforming it or anything. And then I'm just going to go back and fill it. You know, let me change the color of the pants. Alright, so back to hips. Got a little sidetrack. Now, we want to take this leg patch and do the same thing, but I want this to be on pants. Same thing as like we would do with the hips, but only thing I'm going to do is just draw a little rectangle. And then I'm going to move it over just a tad bit. Right there. So we can cover this line up. And then there we go. We have that part. I kind of want it to be a little smaller, just to show a little bit more. There's our hip. Alright, now let's rig it. I'll show you how everything is supposed to be rigged. So I'm going to draw my root bone. This one goes to the stomach and then all the way up. Alt to select this one again. Let me turn off the hip so I'll know exactly where. So around here, and come on, I just want to go down because I'm holding shift, so it was zooming in, but that's not really, it's not straight. So I'm gonna move this over a little bit, and then I'm gonna copy this, I'm gonna paste it and move it over. Move it up just a tad bit. I actually want it to be on a line, and this, well, that the hip patch is alright. P for parent. That's what I hit. P for parent. To parent the bones. Uh oh. I need to be on the bone layer. Okay, so Alt and select this one. Alt right click, select the bone, and parent it there. So now that we have it parented, I actually need to move this bone up to the line, and I need to go in here and hide this line, and I'll show you why I hide this line in a few. We can actually move that up some more. Yep, I think that's fine right there. We're gonna always go back and adjust, and let me hide this line. I can actually delete all these points. Do the same thing over here. Alright, let's save that and bring our hips back. Alright, so here's the bind, how we're gonna bind everything. The leg patch, we're gonna bind the whole layer right here. Hip patch to here. Leg, actually let's go straight to the hips, and now we can do the leg. Now what I'm gonna do is select these two, and I'm gonna bone. I am going to use create smooth joint for bone pair. If you don't have that, just use selected bones for flexi binding. If you don't have that, then you'll just have to use your what is it called, bone strength. As a matter of fact, let me take all these down so I can show you. So you can take your bone strength and then just do that, and then do the same thing with, oh, I moved it down. Do the same thing with these bones, and this should be the results you get. Now you'll kind of have to play around with it. You know, you could just bind your points to that. But if you have Moho, you can just turn everything down, click on a leg, and create smooth joint. It has to be straight. This has to be straight. I think it has maybe like a 5 to 10 degree threshold, or you know, room for margin for error for you to be able to use this. But if it's not straight, then this will be grayed out. Made that mistake, and I was like, why does it not work? It only works sometime and sometimes it don't. And then I figured out it's because these need to be straight. And plus people were saying it on the internet. So this is why I added so many points to my leg, so I can bend it like that. And now you can see how it works. So you see this line right here, how it slowly starts to come. And I actually need to, well, that's fine. I mean, if you wanted to show more, you can make your S a little tighter on the hip patch. So like I can make this a little tighter. So now it'll show quicker. See? But I'm actually gonna leave it like it was because that's fine with me. And now So now one thing we need to do is we have this issue right here. All you need to do, take this leg patch, move it under the leg, and there you go. You have your hips. So when you start to animate it on your so you're on a frame, you know, you pose your person, and then we'll go over here and just kind of set them up right. Get it to about there, and then just shrink this leg a little bit since I had to bring it forward. So yep, there we go. We have our hips and legs. So this is one pose. Let's go ahead and bring that up just a little bit. So yep, that's one pose, and then let's go to the next frame, and let's say I wanted him to sit like this. So let's go over here, we'll flip that bone. Oh, one more thing, what you want to do is double click on your bone layer, go to depth sort, enable animated layer order, hit apply, hit OK. So now you can have this pose right here where his legs are open. And also another tip, what you would probably should do is just kind of change the color of this. Let's just change those red. That way I'll know these are the hips, could belong to the hips, and then everything else is the leg. So let's take this bottom leg and move it above this hip. And you see how this line is right here. This is where the hip patch come in. So here's my half, and I want to change it to a full. Now both of them are covered. Both of the line for both legs are now covered. And now what I can do is move this down here. Did I shrink this? I did. So yeah, and I think I did something here. No, that one's still that one. So this is another pose. Did I shrink that one? No, I shrunk this one. We'll reset that. So this will be a front view right here, sitting on a couch or something. And then one more pose for you. So we have this one, and one more. Let me go ahead and keyframe that. Control F. Oh wait, bone. Oh, okay, that's a bone flip. So one more pose would be what is it? We can move this down, move the hip patch, put everything above the hip, both legs, and then we can move it up, and then he'll be. Now since I only use one shape and I didn't cut it, that's why that's going to be there. So I guess I'll just do that right there. We'll move it up to about there. And the reason his knees are flat is because, like I said, I didn't use the proper setup for his leg that I normally do. So here you go. Now we got sitting on the ground, bum or whatnot, and then let's Control F. You can also have it to where it's like this. Okay, and we're going to move the bottom leg back under the leg patch. So now you have this style. Also this needs to go back under the hip patch. So is it the hip patch? Leg patch. Well, I'm confusing myself now. Let me see. So, bottom. Oh wait, right here. Okay. So this one needs to go under. Oh, it's just okay. Cause it was trying to go out. I was wondering like, what's going on? This one needs to go under there, and then this one stays here. Yep. So everything is back to normal. Oh, and then I also need to change the hip patch back to have. Now you're not gonna have this if you have Animate Studio, so if you have Moho, this comes in handy. So yeah, let's look at all our poses. Control F, set the keyframe. So 1, let me turn this off. 2, 3, 4. 4 poses. All you have to do is just adjust some stuff, and then there you go. This is how I create my hips. This is how I create my hips. So I hope you learned something. If you have any questions or would like to see how I do something else, that just drop it down in the comments below. And also check out my main channel. And I'm working on a new series, so that'll be coming out pretty soon. I'm gonna try to get a little quick short animation out for the fans and for the people, just because it's been a little minute since I've uploaded something, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys or talk to you guys later. Peace out.